Hey everybody, I want to show you this place real quickly, and just to give you some perspective where I'm at on the 101, Carlsbad, California. Right behind me is the ocean and the beach. This direction is the power plant, and it looks like a fire truck's on its way past me in just a moment. Busy highway right here. This is the 101. Lots of traffic. Beach is right behind me. It's pretty busy too. Looks like they're going to turn off. Nope, they're going to keep coming. But anyway, what I wanted to show you is I wanted to show you these townhouses and see what you get along the beach in California, Southern California. And actually, there's a lot more expensive areas than this. This is not the highest of the highest, but this is pretty expensive. But this is a townhouse. And I don't even think it's very big. Maybe, I don't even think it's 1,000 square feet. Maybe 2 bedrooms, maybe not, I don't know. I can't see it from here, but let me go around. They're stacked right together too. It's not like you have any individual place. It's all put together. But anyway, this is what they look like. So this would be one unit right here. That's the front door, and that's the living room. I don't know if I can get in there or not. I'll see if I can climb over the fence so you get some idea what it looks like. I don't know if you can see behind me or not. It's too much glare. Not very nice. I mean, nice, but not when I show you the price. I gotta get back over this fence. Man, that ain't pretty. But they got a nice view. This is your view every day. So when you look out your sliding glass door, you got a view. Got a view of the ocean, which I drive by every day anyway, but it kind of always looks the same. So I'm not a huge beach person. I do like the beach. I like to see it every day. I like to be around it. But I'm not someone that's got to live right on the ocean. Actually, living right on the ocean is can be a little bit damp, a little bit cool, especially during the winter months. But this is what it is. I think there's an upper story up there. I mean, nice looking places, but they're all right next to one another. Like I say, I don't even think they're maybe 1,500 square feet. I don't even think they're that big. Maybe they're only 1,000 square feet. But anyway, I'm going to show you the price right here. The sign is up because I've been watching this thing being built, and I kind of wanted to see what the price is going to be. Right there it is. Let's show it to you right there. Starting $1.25 million. $1.25 million to have an ocean view in Carlsbad, California. So that's what you get. Not much. So, then I showed you the real estate in Carlsbad. I want to talk about how to make some money so you could buy this real estate. And the thing I really want to talk about is I want to talk about Donald Trump and his being a jobs president, which to me is his biggest joke going. Simply because Donald Trump claims to be a jobs president, but he's against he's really against trading with other countries. He wants to put a lot of tariffs, and he wants to put a lot of barriers, build a wall, all this stuff that really is kind of, not only is it it's not healthy for our country, because our country is living in an age, global age, where everybody's got to be dealing with one another in order for anything to happen for you to prosper. So Donald Trump's trying to put barriers up between the United States and other countries, and the way he's doing that is he's trying to make the United States out like the United States is being screwed by everybody else. And since we've been so screwed by everybody else, now we got to get back even with them. And the way to get even with them is to go ahead and start imposing all kinds of tariffs and trade barriers and put up walls and run around and go to all the meetings with the other countries and and play butthurt. That's what Donald Trump's been doing. We've been screwed, and now we're going to get even. That's not a way to build some sort of a global trading partner or global trading position in the world. This is what the backside looks like. Look at all these things how they're stacked up like that. $1.25 million to have a garage right next door to somebody else. You ain't exactly having a lot of space out here in California. You can live in tight spaces and still spend over $1 million. Multiple millions of dollars living here. But back to Donald Trump and the other things that he's doing that I think are the antithesis of somebody that wants to promote jobs and growth and prosperity in our country. Is he wants to, the three main things, I mean, it's kind of disjointed, but the three main things, is he really doesn't want to be a country that gets along with other countries and is a global trading partner with other countries. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to stop that. That's a problem for him. He's part of the old class system, where he's at the upper class and everybody else is the lower class. And he wants, of course, the United States to be at the upper class and everybody else at the lower class. But that ain't happening in the New World. Because in the New World, things are going to be a little bit more well distributed, because it's not going to be just, you can just control one economy, one currency, it's going to rule the world. There's going to be other things coming in. I watch Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going up like crazy. You just can't have the US dollar be strong all over the world. And so that makes it so it's easier for us to trade with other countries, because we've got a strong dollar, so we get cheap goods and they get our dollar. And there's a lot of things going on with that too, and then the dollar comes back and buys this kind of real estate. So somebody in China might be selling a bunch of junk to us, but in the meantime, they're coming back and they're buying this real estate with the dollars that they've accumulated from doing trade with us. So it's not always that America makes out with a strong dollar, because the way we're not making out is now the foreigners coming back into this country and buying up real estate and land and stuff like this. And, I know, because I've seen a lot of people buy expensive real estate in California that are from outside this country, and from China and other countries, India, all over the world. Second thing Donald Trump does is Donald Trump is anti-technology. And that's the reason I don't like Donald Trump. And that's the reason I don't care for him as president, is because he's not a technology guy. Jobs in the future are going to revolve around technology, not about what we used to do, agriculture and mining and all these other things that we used to do. Those jobs are not going to be, those jobs are going to be more eliminated for truck driving, for instance. I mean, I've driven a lot of truck in my life, and I put a lot of time behind a wheel of a truck, but those jobs are not going to be the jobs of the future, because technology is going to replace those jobs with, like what Google does with their driverless cars. They're going to have cars, they're going to have trucks, they're going to have tractors. In agriculture, you're going to have all kinds of things that are going to be able to automate it to the point where you no longer need a person out there on that tractor. That tractor is going to go out and cultivate that field, plow that field, harvest that field, and it doesn't need a man behind the seat or in the seat of the tractor. Those are technology jobs. And that's what I think Donald Trump doesn't do a very good job with. I don't think he's a technology kind of person. The third place Donald Trump doesn't do much good at is he's not much into the environment or the green economy. Now, I understand people that don't feel like the people that do the green economy are the liberals, and they're just people that are trying to take advantage and keep progress from happening. I remember back when I used to first listen to Rush Limbaugh. He started his show with the sound of a chainsaw. Somebody pulled a rip on the chainsaw, and his thing was, I love the sound of that chainsaw, because now a new house is being built. A new structure is being built with that lumber. And instead of the tree huggers like Al Gore, being upset because a tree got cut down, he was all excited because that's progress. I understand that thinking, because I used to be that myself. But these jobs are going to have to come from someplace. These new jobs and this new economy are going to have to come from someplace. And the green economy is where a lot of these jobs are going to come from. So when Trump starts taking our country out of trade agreements that promote the environment, he's killing jobs for our country. Believe it or not, he is. So Trump is anti-jobs because he's anti-green environment, and because he thinks everything going on in the world of the green environment is somehow anti-capitalism, it's anti-progress, and it's anti-small business. But that's wrong. It's just totally wrong. The jobs are going to come from the green economy. A lot of them are. They're going to come from technology, and they're going to come from trading with people around the world. And that's just the fact of the matter. We will remain a very strong country in technology if our country is allowed to compete with other places in the world and not put up barriers not to compete with them, because Donald Trump has some feudalistic mentality of feudalism where, you know, he's one of the kings or serfs or lords and everybody else is a peasant. You know, and that's kind of Donald Trump's mentality, is that he's a very rich guy that owns a lot of real estate in New York, and for that reason he's above everybody else, because he still believes in that kind of a class system. The people that own things, the people that have wealth from previous generations, are the people that should continue to be wealthy and continue to own and have stuff. Technology changes that. Technology gives people, ordinary people like me and you, an opportunity to participate in the environment. I mean, in the economy. Look at a guy like, and this is one of the craziest stories. But I'm running really long in this video, but I want to give you one more story. Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban has got to be the luckiest guy to ever walk the face of the earth, because he had a company that really wasn't making money. I mean, I've talked about Mark Cuban before. Broadcast.com was a loser, and it wasn't making money. But because Yahoo needed somebody to, you know, they needed people to join up, or people to be using Yahoo, they took over Broadcast.com, hoping to stay #1 on the internet, to be over the biggest search engine on the internet. So they were able to buy Broadcast.com for billions of dollars, because they were making a lot of money at the time. Mark Cuban would have never been a billionaire if it hadn't been for technology. Mark Cuban would have just been an ordinary, everyday guy. I mean, he was a smart guy. He probably would have made a good living, but he would have never been at the level he's at if it hadn't been for technology. So technology is a way for people to pull themselves up out of a normal life. And for Donald Trump, he doesn't think he doesn't, I mean, I'm not saying he's not in some interest in technology, but he isn't a pro-technology guy. You can just talk to him. You can see by what he says and things, he's not thinking in this way. He doesn't try to promote technology, which is what we need to do. We need to promote technology. We need to promote environment, green jobs, and we need to trade with other countries. And we need to trade in other countries in a way that we all can benefit, not that certain countries are more important than other countries. So when Donald Trump says he's a jobs president and he's trying to develop jobs or help people buy homes or things like that, he says that, but he's only playing to a few people. He only says things, the populist things that people want to hear. He always says, you know, hey, we got to build a wall because Mexico's screwing us. We got to screw those Chinese people because they take our jobs. That's all he does. It's always pit me against somebody else, pit our country against somebody else. He's always doing that, and he plays because that's a great soundbite, and he can get a lot of people to buy into what he wants them to think by just saying things like that they've heard over the years that maybe they can agree with. It's just a real little quick soundbite without much thinking about how it actually plays out in the world. So anyway, I just want to make this video. It's going on almost 14 minutes. My videos usually don't go that long because I don't edit them, and also because I know the longer they go, the more boring they are, and the less harder it is for people to understand what you're saying. But anyway, I want to show you this place. Like I said, you got 1.3 million laying around. You can live right next to the ocean in Carlsbad, California. Thanks.